It's here. We are waking up to ice-covered everything this morning. We show you where the conditions are worst, plus whether we're seeing any power outages from all this ice.
Slick Start will show you just how slippery things are going to be getting into work, and we'll also tell you what the DOT is doing to make sure you can even get there.
And more problems ahead tonight. Jerry Ann shows us how bad roads could have an impact on tonight's big basketball game at Hilton Coliseum. It's Monday, January 16th. Today in Iowa starts now.
From WHO HD, the local news leader. This is Channel 13 News, Today in Iowa.
Icy, slushy, wet conditions across the state of Iowa this morning. We are looking through the DOT cameras, really all over the area. You can see the icicles hanging in front of that one, perfectly staged. That's 235 at 22nd Street, where the roads are actually pretty good at this point, as that brine has been down for several days now, and it's working. Side streets, a completely different story this morning. Look out as you make your way out to the main arteries, particularly on your own driveway on your way to your car. We have team coverage this morning. Channel 13's Josh Wynn is out there with a live look from the street levels. Our weather team has been here. Actually, they spent the night here. Megan Salwayan helping Jerry Ann out this morning. And Jerry Ann, what else can you tell us about what to expect today? Maybe when we can see temperatures giving us a hand in melting the ice that's out there.
Well, I'm hoping we will see some improvement in parts of the state this afternoon, but right now it's icy everywhere. The pink is indicating roads partially covered with ice. Where you see the purple, that's where it's mostly covered with ice, and northeast Iowa, travel not advised. I really think the biggest issues the rest of today will be north of Highway 20, and that's where it's going to stay the coldest. We do have some warm air pushing in from the south. You can see it here. It's raining in Sheraton. We have freezing rain being reported across the rest of the state, but the heaviest stuff is located right around Fort Dodge and Iowa Falls. A little freezing rain still showing up at the east and the west mixed master, but on those main traveled roads, they're slushy. The DOT has been doing a great job staying ahead of this situation, but just know we have another round of moisture to move through, and it will be sliding through by 8, 9, 10 o'clock. It will be intensifying, but it will be shifting to rainfall by the end of the morning, and it will be all rain early this afternoon in Des Moines, but still that freezing rain adding up across northern Iowa, and that's where roads will continue to be icy. Now, we will see some refreeze occur tonight. We're definitely concerned in Ames for those folks going to the big game tonight. You'll still encounter some slick spots, but the worst part of the storm should be over at that point. Here's a look at temperatures. 30 in Algona, 32 in Des Moines. We're either at or just below the freezing point this morning, and 1 degree temperature change can make a big difference. And so throughout the afternoon, we will be getting above that magic number. We'll see more rainfall. A ½ inch to even an inch of rain will be possible from the storm system. By 7 o'clock, we'll still be sitting at around 34 degrees. And the winds, thankfully, not too bad. If we had strong winds with this storm, we'd have a ton of power outages. We'll have a look ahead at this storm and let you know what we're seeing so far and what the rest of the week looks like coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Jerry Ann, thank you. Really, the worst of it is not out on these main roads here. As you can see, the brine is down, and things are looking just fine on 235. 3580 is running just fine. 35 north, even up in Ankeny. No problems reported this morning. Not a lot of cars actually even in the ditch right now on the main arteries. The problems are really out on the sidewalks, the side streets, which have not been treated. The driveways, really the parking lots out there, overpasses, also a little bit difficult this morning. Let's head now to Channel 13's Josh Wynn for a little closer look at that ice that's actually down on the pavement. Josh, you've been sliding around there on the East 6th Avenue overpass in Des Moines. I imagine that has not changed, as you just can't get to every little individual sidewalk.
You know what, I've been lucky this morning. I haven't fallen yet, so it's going to happen eventually, and you're most likely going to fall today. It is very, very slick outside. This is what the sidewalk looks like. It's hard to tell, but thin coat of ice is going to be on the sidewalk, on your driveway, on your car as you go out to work today, so give yourself a little more time. The streets, though, are good. We'll give you a look kind of at the side street here. It's kind of hard to tell because it is still dark, but the streets here are dry. If I go out here, make sure no cars are coming, I can walk on this, no ice at all. It's still really good. But the stuff in between here, the grass, this is going to be your friend today as you make your way kind of in and out of work, attention to that. Let's take a look at the roads to see if you can actually get to work here. Here's 235, still wet like you've been talking about all throughout the morning, Andy. I talked with the DOT this morning, and they're really tired as they've been working throughout the night. Over 50 trucks with the DOT have been working in the loop around the metro to make sure things are nice and dry and drivable. They're going through a lot of salt. They told me just in the metro alone, on the interstate surrounding the metro, they're going to go through almost 2,000 tons of salt, making it the event that they've had kind of all throughout the year. So out there working 50 trucks, making sure you're good to go. But like I said, getting to your car, that's going to be the hassle as you have this kind of thin coat of ice. And I want to give you kind of one tip, one good piece of advice as you're getting ready to go out to your car. You're going to fall. It is very slippery. Resist the urge to use your wrist to break your fall. That is the most likely injury from a fall: sprained, broken wrist, and those are awful. You don't want to have that happen. Keep your arms by your side and just roll into the fall or fall on your butt. You got the extra cushioning there for a reason, so do that. You'll stay safe. You won't break your arm. You won't miss any work. Fall on your sides. All
right, interesting advice there. Thank you very much, Josh. As we move on, fortunately, most schools are already canceled for the day. It's Martin Luther King Jr. Day, of course. There are a few which aren't, but the closings continue to roll in this morning. We've been updated. Simpson College is closed today. Grandview University closed until at least noon. More scrolling across the bottom of the screen. The state's celebration for the MLK Day and the MLK Youth Summit, those are both off for the Des Moines Public Schools. And again, you can see a full list of all the closings that will affect you today by heading to our website, WHOTV.com. Well, an ice storm is never fun, but it's not always unwelcome.
It's always nice to get that extra income from a snow event or an ice event.
Sure, people like Drake Allen with Allen Lawn and Landscape Service, they don't mind it at all. Snow and ice means everything's nice, particularly this winter with less than 4 inches of snowfall for the season so far. He says business has been very slow, though it's picked up now. Today, he has 40 workers lined up to clear and de-ice lots across the metro.
In a situation like this, our goal would be to have everything cleared and open by 6 a.m. That might not be the case. This might be where we go out and treat it once and then it refreezes.
As far as the main roads, every one in the city of Des Moines was treated with a salt brine mix over the weekend, and you can see that clearly really from this overhead photo. One thing on our side, crews say when a storm happens mainly overnight, it does allow for them to better treat the pavement. More room out there for them. Let's get another update with Jerry Ann. It's really just kind of make it through today, and then Mother Nature really steps out and starts helping us in clearing the rest of the ice off the roads.
Yeah, but that will create new messes here as we are going to experience a warm up on Wednesday. Let me show you what's happening on the radar right now. You can see some freezing rain across northern Iowa, light activity around the city of Des Moines, heavy stuff in southern Iowa right now. Some of the heaviest freezing rain occurring right around Creston, more rain along the southern border of the state. Stay with us. I'll have an hour by hour look at wind conditions will be improving, what they look like tonight, and that big warm-up coming too.
From WHO HD, the local news leader. You're watching Channel 13 News, Today in Iowa.